Forever. Dog.
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy seconds. Oh, diva.
Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspod@gmail.com. Now on with the show. Are you ready for some sloppy seconds, you stupid little fucks, you nasty little fucks, you dirty little fucks? I'm Big Dipper and that's Meatball. And welcome to Big Dipper and Meatball Sloppy Seconds. Queer Tea nominated, baby. Get out and vote. You can vote once a day. Vote for us.
Oh, yeah, you can vote once a day on the Queer Tea website for your best podcast.
My mom voted. She was like, I voted. It felt so dirty.
Did she vote in the real election, too?
Yes, she did.
Okay, good for her. Good for you, Nikki. Meatball, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine. I'm ready to take on the world. It's freezing cold, so I've just been up all morning just like, how do I get warm?
We had the weirdest winter in LA. I mean, we're still in the middle of it, but literally a week ago, it was 85 degrees every single day. I felt
3 days ago, it was 85 degrees. I was out roller skating. It was lovely.
We completely skipped like winter, and now, I mean, everyone where there's actual snow, people in the Midwest, on the East Coast, I'm sure are rolling their eyes listening to this, but you wake up, it's so chilly.
It's just a little too cold for my little toesies. All right.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? Today, it's going to get hot and spicy in here today.
Oh, I knew that because our guest isn't wearing a shirt already.
Yes, it's we're gonna have a sexy episode today.
Ooh,
so
yeah. Put on some sexy music for this sexy sloppy seconds episode.
Here's a question. We can get into it when we bring our guest in, but why is like saxophone music just immediately like? Why is that when you say sexy music, I just heard like?
No, it's that one song. Yes, it's that song.
Well, that's the Spice Girls. Spice Girls, right? Oh no, what are you singing?
I'm singing that one. I don't know the name of the artist. It's the saxophone. It's the sexy music that comes to mind anytime you think of sexy music.
I'm thinking of the Spice Girl song. Na, 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 together, you and me together. You can't believe it. What is? Yeah, whatever.
Is that To Become One? All right, our guest
is To Become One because that song's about sex. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, something about me. I love shopping. If you love shopping too, you have to check out Rakuten.
And all you have to do is shop, 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 shop. And with Rakuten, you get cash back and rewards on almost everything you buy.
Exactly. Shop. Homeware, daily essentials, jeans. We're talking eBay, CVS, and even Levi's.
Ooh, so I can buy a vintage couch, tons of paper towels, and grab a new pair of jeans and still get cash back.
And that's not all. You can even stack those rewards on top of sales and coupons.
But Big Dipper, how does this magic work?
Well, I'll tell you. Rakuten is paid by partner stores to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on some of that money to you, the member.
Rakuten is so real for that.
Plus, Rakuten has 17 million members who are already saving. Don't you want to become one of them?
Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app and start saving money now.
That's Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today. We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off. Do you want to improve your sleep? Well, listen up and get a Helix.
Whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, Helix makes premium mattresses that are designed to fit your specific sleep style.
You know, now that it's spring, why not upgrade your sleep game and get a Helix mattress?
And you know what?
What?
I can guarantee you that they have a mattress for you with over 20 different styles and models for you to sleep on. I love sleep. I can't get enough of it.
And I love my Helix mattress. So ever since I got the big and tall, I know we go on and on about it, but it's a perfect fit for me. I haven't had a mattress before that I was able to select a model from, and I'm so happy I got to do that with Helix.
And I, too, have the big and tall model, and it's perfect for my big and tall body. I loved it so much, I got a second one from a guest room.
True.
Yes, baby. And the people are sleeping great in there when they eventually do sleep in there.
Best of all, Helix delivers right to your door with free shipping in the US, and you can get a 120-night sleep trial to make sure that it's right for you.
You also get peace of mind because Helix mattresses are backed by a limited lifetime warranty and have been recognized by experts at places like Forbes and Wired. And me. I am a sleep expert too.
Period. Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy to get up to 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale.
That's helixsleep.com/sloppy and make sure you enter sloppy seconds after checkout so that they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/sloppy.
Get yourself a Helix.
We are back with our very special guest who, when I reached out via text and we text, I said, "What should I call you?" And he said, "Just call me Daddy Will."
Ooh, Daddy Will.
So please welcome into your ears, Will Tantra, a.k.a. Daddy Will.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Thank you very much for having me today, guys.
Of course.
Thanks
you
for
being
swinging
here.
by.
So do
Now,
you...
when you say you started messaging via text, is this via, like, text messaging?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't even... I think...
How do you have his number?
I reached out to you on Twitter, and then you gave me your phone number? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah
and then we
something
Straight
like
to handing out the phone number.
that. It doesn't take me long. I used to have my business cards laminated for those steam room introductions.
Oh, my. Oh, do you miss those days?
Oh, God, terribly. Terribly. I try to make my own in a hot shower, but it's just not the same.
I saw a product that is like a little... like a disc of like a pressed powder disc that you're supposed to throw in your shower, and it creates like scented steamy vapors, so like just a regular shower can like feel like a steam room.
I'm currently ordering one right now. Thank you for the tip. I can't wait.
So we're talking about how it's winter and we're chilly, and you're agreeing yes, but you also are maybe nude or just wearing underwear, or you showed up shirtless.
I have boxers on.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
showing us the meat.
But I got the heat on. I've got my fireplace over here. Daddy's cozy warm at home. I'm all good.
You like to keep it toasty.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like to wear a lot of clothes. So
well, yeah. So one,
heat up,
you know,
clothes off.
Me either.
Very
But I
much.
think I'm tired of my neighbors looking in the window, seeing me shirtless or like running around the house in my underwear.
Oh, show it off, man.
Yeah,
they're a
I
little
don't
too
think
close for comfort.
I don't think Daddy Will here has any issue with the neighbors seeing what you're up to.
Wait, why don't we introduce you a little better? Why don't you tell everyone listening, what do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I am a Tantra and sex coach. And in a nutshell, I help teach people how to give and receive more pleasure.
By nutting in a shell? No, I'm
But
just
yeah.
kidding.
By what?
Nothing. Meatball, when he
what is
said
a
sex coach, you perked up.
Well, I just wondered what that meant. Because you said tantra, so is that like Sting
explain.
in his like tantric sex? He likes to fuck for hours.
Yes, when people think of Tantra, a lot of times Sting is what comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because he and his wife Trudy have been tantric practitioners for years and years. And one of the aspects of Tantra is attaining the ability to have sex for hours and hours without ejaculating. And while that is one aspect of Tantra is not all about sex. Tantra is a spiritual path, not a religion, but a spiritual path towards enlightenment and inner peace. And those are pretty fancy words for saying I can more easily go with the flow. Shit doesn't bother me as much anymore. I'm just more at peace as I move around the world. And there's many different ways to reach those higher frequencies of mindset. And mine does happen to be through touch and sex and sensuality. But there are tantric practitioners who are more, they resonate more with sound or music, or maybe they're artists, or maybe they're dancers or massage therapists. So there's different ways to raise your vibration, raise your average thought to a higher level so that your life unfolds in a more positive, uplifting way.
Are there a lot of young people who are involved in this kind of work? Because I honestly feel like, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm beginning to sort of like be excited. I talk about this all the time, like very excited to be 40 years old, very excited to sort of like settle in a little bit more. And I feel like I have such frantic energy that I'm trying to like shake off from my 20s. Do you find that it's more sort of like people who have lived a little more life, like a little more mature? Or
yes,
it's
absolutely.
okay.
That's a really great comment, because it is more rare when somebody in their 20s starts being curious about Tantra, a more connected way of interacting sensuously with somebody, a way to kind of branch out from your habits of both masturbation and partnered sex. And usually in the 20s, it's just like, oh, I don't care. I'm just going to experiment and get laid as many times as I want and try this and that. And I can come 5 times in a day. So why do I need to, last a couple hours in bed with somebody, And then once you kind of get some of those years under your belt, it's like, oh, what else is there? And then you might start branching out into more alternative ways to become intimate.
Well, okay. So like
what?
Well, what I was going to say is
Okay.
like seeing your online, I came across you on, came across your content on Twitter. Someone that I follow, I don't even know who, reposted one of your videos. And then I was like, whoa. And I sent the video to Meatball because it was you by a palm tree, like pissing and coming at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
What a
And
gift.
I was like,
I thought that was supposed to be physically impossible.
Well, no, one of the things I teach is how to gain more function and control and more pleasure out of your cock. And so I'm constantly looking for ways to kind of tweak my ability to enjoy my penis more and do more things with it. And I saw somebody had posted a video where they were pissing and coming at the same time. And so I set my mind to learn how to do it, and I taught myself, and so that's where that video came from.
How long did it take you to teach yourself?
It actually didn't take that long because the technique has some similarities to how to have multiple orgasms, which is another thing that I teach.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
how do you teach that? Like, how do you get inside someone else's mind, body, and brain and be like, this is how you come multiple times?
Well, I'm pretty excited about teaching it now because prior to COVID, well, first of all, my Twitter page is called Tantric Fitness, and Tantric Fitness is the name of my company. And basically, I like to help men bring more sex and sensuality and sexual energy into their everyday lives. And I find that through exercise and movement and exploring our bodies is a really great access point for men. And so I teach guys about proper masturbation. I teach them about how to exercise in a way that improves your partnered sex. I teach men basics like how to clean your hole, how to find a prostate, how to massage it.
Meatball, have you ever cleaned your hole?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, good.
But I mean, wait.
It's the one thing about you that's clean. No, I'm just
yes,
kidding.
mama. But I'm not gonna ask. I know people don't know how to clean
what
their
were you gonna
buttholes.
ask?
I was gonna be like, what do you mean people don't know how to clean their buttholes? And then I thought about it for like 2 seconds and was like, yes, a lot of people don't know how to clean their buttholes.
Me, I've had so much trouble like cleaning out in the past that I find it like painful and uncomfortable and sort of challenging. And so I have for many years just like taken bottoming off the table. And I've spoken to people in the past about, sort of I was a top sort of exclusively, or I did other things. And then at some point in my life, I had the urge to bottom. I wanted to receive anal sex. And so once your sort of mind flips over, they said like, oh, then it became much more like of like an easier thing to like think about cleaning out and all of this stuff. And I very much relate to that because like to me, people are always like, oh yeah, blah, 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 your ass. And I'm like, that's really like a no-go area for me because I don't feel it. Like it doesn't feel exciting to me.
Yes. And I can totally relate because in my 20s, I was the same way. You know, I would see videos of people getting fucked, and I was definitely a top because I didn't understand it. I had actually never even heard of cleaning out before. Not until I was about 26 or 27 years old, and my best friend told me, and I was like, "What? Oh, that's how they do it." And then I practiced and learned, and I was like, oh my God, I just missed out on 10 years of getting my ass fucked because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't even know it was possible.
Right.
And
oh, wow.
You had your guest on last week, Mr. Herrera, and I loved that interview because one of the things you guys were talking about was sex education in this country and how it is abstinence only. And it's very warning based. Like, don't catch this, don't get somebody pregnant. And it's also only focused on the pleasure of a man. It talks about, a man comes, but it doesn't talk about women having orgasms.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we're giving
Wait, women can have orgasms?
Stop.
Surprise! Yeah, but now you know that men can also have multiple orgasms, which, of course, is easy for a lot of women.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought like once the man came, they were like, all right, give me 15, 20 minutes. They need that refractory period.
You need to go look at this man's page and content and videos.
And you brought up that word. You brought up that word refractory period, which is very important because that is part of my technique. Is I teach men how to diffuse their refractory period, and the refractory period meaning that's just the physiologic kind of timeout that we have in between erections and orgasms and ejaculations, where your cock goes soft, usually gets super sensitive. You don't want anybody touching it. You're disinterested in sex, and you kind of have that thought of like,
that's what I get grabbiest for it. Right at the end.
What'd you say?
That's when I get grabbiest, when it's all soft and sensitive, and they're like, don't touch it. I'm like,
yeah.
trying to milk it.
Yeah, so that they're like, oh. Yeah. So I teach men how to diffuse that process so that your cock stays hard and then you can come over and over again. It's pretty amazing. It's a very life-changing skill. And I teach it in a very step-by-step, methodical, tutorial type way. So it's very easy to learn.
This is so interesting. So when
Yeah, go for it. You go.
I mean, so because of COVID, I know that you can't really do this stuff one-on-one. Are you still able to teach it like through Zoom, or do you have to be there with them, like, you know, half tugging it?
Well, I was teaching through Zoom at the beginning of the pandemic. I was doing masturbation coaching online. And a lot of people are like, who needs coaching on how to jack off?
I'm curious about this.
I want to know kind of, you said earlier that people are jerking off wrong. What is that? How are they doing it wrong?
Well, I don't want to say people are jerking off wrong, but there are ways that you can masturbate that better prepare you for partnered sex. And here's why. So our cocks are like any other part of our bodies. They respond to the attention we give them. They respond to habit, and they respond to practice. So if you masturbate with the same stroke, with the same speed, and the same pressure every single time, then you have trained your cock to respond to that exact approach, that exact speed, pressure, and stroke. So then when you're with a partner and then they're doing something different, or they're not doing it hard enough, or their hands facing the wrong way, then you're sort of like, my cock's not really responding the way I want it to. Oh, my dick's going down. Oh, this is not going to get me to that point of no return. Or maybe they're sucking you. It doesn't feel like your hand. Or maybe you're fucking them and it's not tight enough, because when you jack off, you squeeze your cock so hard.
That's when you got to slap them and tell them, tighten up, piggy.
Squeeze that hole, bitch. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like so many people are always like, oh, I can never come from a blowjob, which I always just take as like, okay, challenge accepted. But yeah, that whole idea that like because you've trained, there's a trained response to a certain scenario.
Exactly.
Something else that I've heard you say in your videos is the idea of like being goal oriented. Like, and I've talked about this on our show before, where to me, I never think like, oh, I'm going to take the hour this afternoon or even the 30 minutes to like luxuriate in a masturbatory experience. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling kind of horny. Let me go and literally like remove the cum from my body, have an orgasm very quickly so I can like get back to what I'm focused on. And from your internet presence, it seems like you really spend a lot of time each day, and then sometimes not even coming, like building it up over multiple days.
Yes, definitely. So what you just said there about it almost feels like it's a crotch sneeze, like a physiologic process that needs to happen so that I can go on with my day, right?
Yeah.
It's like just shoot this load and then I can get it onto my to-do list. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have just practiced getting off really fast, kind of not really honoring the experience, not connecting with yourself. And so you've practiced a detached sexual experience, right? Now, if you are having sex with a partner, don't you want to clean up your room and set some time aside and really think about how you want to connect with that person? And you want to take your time and you want to explore different levels of arousal. And maybe you want to try a couple things that you saw some people doing online that you want to experiment with. So if you're not doing that with yourself, then those moments with the partner might not be as smooth and comfortable. And it's not just the physical aspect of the training. You know, if you're just jacking off for 4 or 5 minutes, which is what most guys do, then if you're in a longer than 4 or 5 minute session, then your mind starts to wander.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it'll start to wander off to fantasies that have nothing to do with the person you're with, just to get your arousal in the place you want it to, because that's what you have practiced.
This
Daddy
is
Will
like
said, if you can't fuck yourself, you can't fuck anybody else.
oh my god. And this is like so nail on the head, like our tarot card reading.
Yeah.
I just feel like you told me exactly about myself, why I would rather like fuck a stranger in the woods than for 4 or 5 minutes like that, than like have like a elongated romantic experience with the person, exploring different levels of intimacy and pleasure.
And hey,
But I think
sometimes
it
that's
goes
great
back to-
too. Those,
Sure.
Go ahead, Meatball.
Well, it sounds like it goes back to like the shame of jacking off. Like they make it seem like it's such a bad thing to do that you just kind of want to like get it over with, get the release out, have your little serotonin moment, and then be done.
Yes. And let me tell you where a lot of that shame comes from. Okay. A lot of the shame comes from our upbringing, from our parents.
Mhm.
And that come from their parents, from religion, and from government. So have you ever been in a sexual situation, maybe it was masturbatory or with another partner, where you just felt one with yourself or the person you were with and everything disappeared and it felt so connecting and beautiful and like one of the reasons why you're here on earth, that feeling?
Yeah.
You felt that before.
Yeah, I did.
I
with the
have.
Have you,
Potters.
Big Dipper?
No.
Have you made love with someone and really felt a strong connection and almost like an opening in your core of appreciation and love?
Oh, wait. I'm going to say no, never mind. I think I maybe just did too many poppers. I think I may have been high on poppers or drunk.
No, I mean the one time I ever felt that sort of like me in the universe like open up like that sort, it was when I had the first time I ever got acupuncture. I had this like someone hit, like they like put something in in my back and like I just felt, or maybe it was in my forehead, but I felt like I shot up into the sky and connected to the universe. Like I had that sort of a like feeling mental and in my body, but
Amazing.
I've never really had that during sex because I don't know why, but yes, keep going. So no, I haven't achieved that.
So through sex, either with yourself, high levels of arousal when you're masturbating, or high levels of real connected sex with somebody else, you have a real powerful ability to be able to connect with yourself, that person, with nature and the universe, the world around you. Sex literally created every single person's life. Our cocks created our life. Ejaculation and orgasm created our life. And so the pleasure leading up to those life-giving ejaculations is also life-giving in nature and should be explored and celebrated. When you are not watching porn and you're reaching high states of arousal, you can connect your frequency, your mind frequency, to that of your inner being, and then you start directly downloading thoughts and ideas for how your life will manifest in the most comfortable and beautiful way possible.
Wow.
It's like The Secret, but it's the Secrete-cret.
The Secrete-cret.
Okay, well,
I know that's kind of heavy.
No, I mean, what it sounds like is that you, through so much of this practice and this teaching and this learning, have found this consciousness that has really expanded your understanding of the universe, which is really incredible. I think I put something in our little notes here that I want to talk about briefly, and then we'll take a break. But when you Google what is the average amount of sexual partners that a person has in their life, what seemed to come up in a few different studies was somewhere between 4 to 8, basically less than 10 people.
No.
And I think
That's because a lot of people are lying.
Yeah.
No, I think it's because a lot of people are straight and steeped in a society based on religion, which is, you know, the idea of no sex before marriage in a lot of religion, a lot of cultural, you know, like places like either whether they be you know, anything before marriage is frowned upon, arranged marriage, like families coming together. The only partner you're going to have is the person you get married to. You stay in that loveless marriage. Like those things happen a lot. And so much of the world, you know, are not like freaky deaky queer people. And so I find it fascinating because it speaks to what you're saying, where it's like, if the majority of the population of the world is sort of still working within these systems of like suppressed religion or like the cultures that don't celebrate either sexual exploration, promiscuity, multiple partners, whatever, I'm like between 4 to 10 people, like my number is crazy high compared to that. So I think it's so interesting.
Yes. Yeah, it is very interesting. And of course, some people find the love of their lives and that's amazing and they want to be with that person forever. And I've had several monogamous relationships that were absolutely spectacular. I wouldn't trade for anything. But I do want to go back to sex education in this country and how it's so warning based and abstinence only. And again, a lot of that comes from the power of our genitals and what the connection with our genitals can do for our lives. And in a lot of cultures in our world history, the older generations would take the younger generations and show them about sex. They would teach them about proper masturbation and taking care of their genitals. And they would literally show them how to make love. I mean, these things that feel the best of anything on our bodies and literally create life were given zero instruction on how to maximize their function and pleasure. None. And so that's what my page is all about. And I like to take on kind of a daddy essence, you know, kind of take a man under my wing and teach him about his penis and love and connection. So that's kind of the energy that I come from. But, you know, I teach men of all ages. I'm starting to work with trans men, which I'm really excited about. There are straight men following my page. I got a message from a guy yesterday who's really happy because he's like, I can keep my boner longer and I'm able to fuck my girlfriend for a couple hours now. I never thought this was possible.
Wow.
So I'm happy that my content is resonating, not just with gay men, but all men. And hopefully I can branch out a little further. I even have it in mind to create a curriculum for over 18, that is basically like a how to talk about boundaries and consent, how to ask for what you want. Maybe a list of very basic how to find a clitoris, how to find a G-spot, how to give a prostate massage, how to rim, you know, all these things that we stumble around and figure out over time, sometimes feeling like an idiot, which is just ridiculous. All of this stuff should be handed to us and celebrated as we explore it. It's one of the joys of being here.
Well, and I think, you know, it is also one of the most universal things that we have. Obviously, there are folks, you know, who are on the ace spectrum in the asexual community, or people who are sort of born with a body that maybe doesn't, you know, fully function or work or whatever. But basically, the human experience, like if you have a body, you have genitals, right? And so it is one of the most like unifying things that we have as people, no matter what background or culture or geographically where you're from. So it is so fascinating that so much of it is like repressed and not talked about.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, you said, you know, some people might not be fully able-bodied. And I've had men who are quadriplegic attend some of my online workshops who create sexual pleasure from their mind.
Whoa.
Amazing.
They think, they breathe, they move energy with their thoughts, they vibrate the vocal cords. You know, we have the capacity to give ourselves pleasure in so many ways if we open up to it. And it's really beautiful to see somebody who essentially cannot feel their genitals experience waves and waves of sexual pleasure because of how they direct their minds. It's very powerful.
This is
I
so
love that.
cool.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
It's like meditation, but for your penis.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back, and I just have a couple of logistical questions I wanted to ask you, which is obviously you're very passionate about what you do. Have you always done this type of work, or did you have like a career prior to this, and then you were like, I'm gonna make videos and like stroke my dick while I educate people and talk about sex?
Oh, thank you for asking that. Yes. A lot of people think, oh, you've just been studying this for years, so this would take me forever. Why bother? And no, I've actually only been studying Tantra and exploring ways to expand my function and pleasure of my cock for about 5 or 6 years. It has not been that long.
Oh.
I did have a business career before. I used to have a suit and tie and company car job selling medical equipment to hospitals.
Whoa.
And I've been a personal trainer and Pilates and yoga instructor. And part of what I offer is I teach men how to create exercise routines that help them perform better in bed. So I do naked yoga for better sex. So I'll teach a yoga class. This is for tops. These moves are for bottoms. This is going to help get your legs open so you can get that cock in you real deep. This is going to help you fuck longer and more comfortable. This is going to help you get those, your lower back in a place where you can round your back and get your legs over your head. Stuff like that.
The
flexibility,
classic,
Flexibility,
the classic.
Yeah. So I've done all that. And then most of the time in the past 20 years, I've been doing therapeutic massage. And then I added erotic and sensuous massage about 8 or 9 years ago. And then when the pandemic hit, I had this idea about creating practical and explicit sex education for several years. I just didn't know how to do it because I'm super like a Luddite as far as tech goes. But I just like practiced and learned and watched tutorials, and I had people help me, and I thought, okay, here's my chance because I can't work with people right now. And so I just bought equipment and set up cameras, and these ideas in my head, a lot of the ideas came from masturbating and meditating and expanding my mind. And that's where a lot of these concepts came from. And I just started putting them on film, and I opened my Twitter account, and, next thing you know, 40,000 people are checking it out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so cool. I want to know, I'm always so fascinated by this because so I make music and I make queer content, and a lot of the lyrics are, sexual and raunchy, but it all plays on YouTube. It's not, explicit. But when I talk to my family about what I do, some of my cousins who are my age, they follow me. They look at my stuff on YouTube.
Oh, no.
My aunt and uncles sort of know what it is. My parents know what I do. They know my stage name and everything. But I've told them, I'm like, hey, don't
ever look.
Don't watch my music video. There's just, there's a line there. And so I guess what I'm curious is do you have relationships with a non-chosen family, and do they know what you do, and do you talk about it with them?
Yes, part of what I teach is being very matter of fact and open and upfront about our sexual desires and practices. So it would be kind of hypocritical for me to be like, okay, Aunt, I'm gonna blocking you from my Facebook because I don't want you to see
Right.
my how to clean my hole video.
Oh, you can put that stuff on Facebook?
I do. I really pushed the envelope. So I did put a little trailer on there, but the part where I'm like sticking it into my ass, that's that's not on there.
So do they are they curious about it? Do
Yes,
they ask about it?
Yes, they're very curious. Some of them are staunch Republicans, and I don't hear from them, but that they still follow me and they're still friendly and send Christmas cards. I do have Republican relatives that I'll post something, and sometimes it's like super sexual, like I'm in the splits and it says, come to naked yoga for better sex, and my aunt will click like on it or have fun.
Oh my goodness. That's so fun.
It's great. And then I've had other relatives like actually ask me, genuine heartfelt questions about things going on with them or one of their kids or something. So I find that the more transparent you are, the more it helps other people let their guard down, and then they're more open with you more often than not.
I love that.
That's great.
I have go ahead, Meatball.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, I have another question about a video that you recently posted. Because, okay, so when I asked you to be on the show, you said you were down in San Diego for a little bit, so let's wait until you were back in LA. And then I saw that you were posting a couple videos from the beach in San Diego. Now, I have only lived in LA for about 5 years, but I have heard tell of Black's Beach, which is like a nudie gay beach in San Diego. Is this correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about, because I think you even mentioned you were like, I'm at the beach, it's my favorite place, or something like that.
Is there a place in the forest where I could go do some splits and see what happens? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Who comes along.
And please bring the camera.
She likes to show off.
Yeah. So I used to live in San Diego, and Black's Beach is one of my favorite places on earth. It's one of the biggest and longest standing nude beaches in the world.
Wow.
It's really beautiful. It's in La Jolla, which is above San Diego. It's a little bit tricky to get there. There's quite a hill and cliff you have to navigate to go down.
Oh, so you got to really want it.
You got to really want it. Now, there's a longer way to get there that takes maybe about an hour. That's much more gentle, but it's gonna add to your day. But yeah, you gotta want it. But once you get down there, it's just this expanse of sand and beach and naked people, and it's very respectful in that people, especially now, people are social distancing, and even beyond COVID, people are very respectful about their space and everything. But there are areas where if people are wanting to cruise and interact, they can. And there's also areas like you saw me in the film where I can actually film by myself and be undisturbed. And I get a lot of inspiration from being outdoors under the sun and naked. It's just a turn on to me. The thoughts and concepts and ideas come, and I just really feel like satisfied and nurtured in that environment.
Have you ever attended? I had a friend that I made out here in LA who I think he had just moved here, and we were hanging out. And then after it sort of became clear that we were going to be like friends, he was like, I just have a question for you. Do you know like what the nudist scene is like here in LA? And I was like, oh, I don't actually, but I did some Googling, and I sent him a handful of like places to go. Do you attend, or have you been to
CCBC?
Well, are they called
Palm Springs? You've been
you
back
love
there
to
hanging
bring
out
up
with the flings.
CCBCs. But
You
but,
teaching classes back there?
I guess what I'm curious about is those nudist, or the term is naturalist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those events where they are not explicitly sexual, because we've talked a lot about naked events where like there is sex going on, but then when people are just like, I don't like wearing clothes and we want to socialize. Have you done that sort of thing as well?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Nudist or naturist is the Europeans often call it naturist, and I moved here from San Francisco about a year and a half ago, and several of my friends would host naked parties that were non-sexual. There would be food and drinks, and my favorite one that I would go to, because I'm a burlesque performer, they would have
I
performances.
didn't know she was a showgirl.
Yeah, I had no idea. What? As an artist, we need to talk about. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, please. I'm looking for performance opportunities after COVID. But yes, they
You
would
ever accidentally swallow a rhinestone?
accidentally, no, on purpose. Yeah, they would have these events where you would show up, you would check your clothes, and then you would just socialize and cocktail party. And then at a certain hour, the people who wanted to perform, whether it was singing or dancing or reading poetry or doing
Little
a
tap
monologue,
dance.
little tap
Little
dance,
bam
whatever. Yeah, whatever it took. Then there'd be a little show, but no sex going on.
Was it the rule no sex, or was it like, because there's something about being in a room full of naked people, even if there is like an understanding that it's not supposed to be sexual, to me
The
that's
smell?
inherently,
I'm
the
just
smell
kidding.
is inherently sexy. So
Yeah.
I would just kind of be like, who can I take over to the back? Like, I would try to find a corner.
Yes, I have seen a little bit of that, but if you
A little
get,
fondling.
Yeah, and
Fondling.
but if you get too out of control at an event like that specifically says this is non-sexual, this is, then you might not be asked back because
Well, that
because
explains
most
me in a
of
nutshell.
Yeah.
you didn't get that
Doing too much
invitation
at
the
an
second
event and
time.
not being asked back.
That should be in your Twitter bio. Never asked back for a second round. I've never been asked back. Oh my god!
And it's funny you're asking about this now because a friend of mine just told me that last year he started a Los Angeles naked social group, and he's creating an app and everything. And so I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be really exciting.
Oh, you'll have to loop me in so I can tell my friend.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
tell my friend in air
Yes.
quotes.
No, I mean, okay, fine.
I just know that after COVID, of course everybody's going to want to get together, but also get and fuck, but also to get together in more connected, more well-rounded ways, and it can be nude, and it's exciting.
Yeah, and I think people are gonna be
They're going to be itching to take their clothes off in front of each other.
yes, but I also think, speaking to what you were talking about before about like really connected experiences, I think people are gonna be also like. There's gonna be a bit of apprehension, even once people are vaccinated. Like people are gonna be like, is this environment worth it? Am I really, I think some people obviously right now don't even care and they're already out doing whatever.
Yes.
But I think, people who are a little more thoughtful are gonna be like, is this a casual thing or is this going to be worth it to me? And so I feel like a lot of people are going to be valuing that more connected experience, whether it be social or sexual.
I totally agree. Yeah, quality. I think the focus on quality over quantity will
Meatball, what are you
going
going to do? Not be asked back? Quality over quantity? I mean, it's like you're getting edged out here.
Maybe, I guess I'm just going to stick to online.
All right. Well, we've reached our final segment, which is called
Fuck
Talk. And now we have been fuck talking this
Nailed
whole
it.
show. But this is the part of the show where we like to recall a very specific moment that is often maybe embarrassing or funny or outrageous from a sexual exploit from our past. Meatball and I often tell just really sort of traumatizing stories about
Yeah, they're never great. And always
situations
almost murdered.
which maybe we should have not been a part of. But I think everyone does. But, speaking back to what I said earlier about how so much of the world might only have a handful of sexual partners, I think a lot of gay men have just wild and insane sexual stories. I want to hear a cruising story if you have one.
Yeah.
You want to hear a cruising story? Okay. this story I just thought of yesterday because
Yes.
have you guys seen the documentary called Circus of Books?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that was okay, I'm 53. So
Okay.
Circus of
What?
Books was my porn
You
store.
look younger than.
Oh, thank you.
welcome.
It's all the special lighting I have. So Circus of Books was my porn store in the 90s. I lived in LA for a few years in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
And it was right down the street for me. I used to go there all the time. And I know Circus of Books is having troubles right now, but if I
They're
gave them
closed.
back the video I still have from them and paid the late fees, I could probably pull them out of debt right now. I still have a couple videos. But anyway, but behind Circus of Books, there was this
Vaseline Alley?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
This
Oh, baby, I've been
cruising
there.
area called
Baby, I've been there.
Vaseline Alley. And I would cruise around there sometimes. You would drive around, you would walk around. There was even signs at night, like you can't turn left here at night, or, it was really trying to discourage you from cruising around there. And I saw this dude in a black Mustang. It was like my favorite car. He was like, super my type, just gorgeous man. And we're kind of passed each other a couple times. And then I saw him drive behind this building into a parking lot. And it was kind of dark, and I get out, and one of my fantasies was to be fucked on top of a car. I don't know why,
Hell
Ah,
It's like-
on the hood?
Yeah, this is the 90s. It was like, that's sort of the thing you'd see in a gas station or something,
Right.
So I was like, okay, I really want to get fucked on the car. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll fuck you on top of my car. So he's
love.
like, let me go grab a condom. I've got some in the trunk. So he comes, so I'm like pulling in my pants. I'm on the hood, legs in the air, kind of checking my angles. He comes
Wait,
around.
are you laying on your back?
I'm on my back. Yeah, I'm on my back.
Yes.
Just legs. Yeah, I can do the split. So like my legs are just wide open. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to tell my friends. It's like already building my story. And he comes around the corner. He's got the condom and he rips it out, pulls it open. It was a tea bag.
No!
So we had a good laugh. And then he found a real condom and just fucked the hell out of me. It was so awesome. But
Were
very
Were you very vocal while you were getting fucked? Because that's like out
Are
in
you
the
afraid
open,
of getting
right?
caught, or do you
No,
like the
I was not
danger?
vocal at all because you're in the alley. It was dark. It was, it was not something you were supposed to be doing. You're in somebody else's parking lot. No, I was quiet. I was not vocal.
Was
But
the
you,
vibe? Yeah.
didn't want to get caught, but you were like laying on your back, legs splayed. So what if someone just decided to turn that corner and you were just like, oh,
I'm
Well,
stretching.
then they would have gotten quite an eyeful.
mhm.
A brown eye full.
Yeah.
I've always been so curious about Vaseline Alley because, like, obviously pre-COVID, I had been to, sex clubs or a sex party or that
Oh.
sort of vibe. But out in the world, my vision of Vaseline Alley is like every 10 feet there was another person like hanging out and waiting. Like the alley was just full of people and you could sort of drive through and take your pick. Was it ever like
Order
that, or
up.
was it really like you just sort of had to catch someone if you found someone?
Yeah. It was never like that. It was never like,
Choose
just
from the
have your
buffet.
pick. Yeah. There was always several guys, and it was just kind of hit or miss like anything as far as building a connection, and just really exciting to be there to begin with, but got real busy at 1:30 as the clubs were closing. That's for sure.
Right.
Because back then you couldn't open up Grindr when the clubs
Oh,
when
right.
the clubs were closing back then, it was like predators circling. I was one of them because I was like, you're just like looking. And then if you didn't find anybody, then it was Vaseline Alley or Hollywood Spa or, one of those places.
Wow. See, I just don't I get cruising, but it just seems so weird to me because sometimes I feel like people, if there's not someone that's your direct type, you just kind of pick the next best person, or do you go home? Like, you're going with the intention of, like, getting your rocks off.
Yes.
I always choose the next best person. That's my downfall. I never
See,
just
I
go
have too much
home.
self-respect. I'd be like, nah, none of y'all are working for me. I'll just go sit in my car and jerk off too hard.
Well,
Too
and that's-
hard with that. that tight
Ruin
grip.
it.
You know, I do want to address that one really quick, because
Yeah.
this is a question that I'm getting a lot, that I didn't quite finish that point with the too hard and too fast.
Oh, sure.
That's called death grip syndrome.
Oh,
When you masturbate
Jesus.
too hard, too fast with the same stroke every time, you pigeonhole yourself into a pattern of arousal that does not serve you with a partner. So I didn't say how to fix that. So to fix that, put a lot of lube in your hand. Lighten your grip. Slow down. Get your hand to feel like a mouth, hole, or pussy. And do not let yourself come unless you are doing a slower, wet, lighter stroke. You can retrain your cock. A lot of people think, oh, I'm getting older, it's not as sensitive. No, it's how you trained your cock all these years. You can untrain it and teach it to respond better to that lighter, softer, sensitive pleasure that you would experience in a mouth or hole or pussy.
Wow.
I didn't. Yeah, that's so smart.
Retrain your cock, ladies and
Retrain your cock,
gentlemen.
because you just been grabbing it too tight, boys.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we really appreciate you being on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
I feel like I learned so much. We had a great conversation. Where we said it before, but let's say it again. Where can people find you?
So I'm on Twitter at Tantric Fitness, and you can find all of my content. I have over 80 videos on OnlyFans, and my OnlyFans is also Tantric Fitness, and I post 2 to 3 new ones every week.
Thank you.
Busy
I'm tired
boy.
of a subscriber to an OnlyFans that hasn't been updated since 2019. What are we doing?
Actually, I've been averaging 4.5 videos every week, but I guarantee 2 to 3. Yeah. You see a lot of new shit.
And some recognizable faces I have found.
Yeah, some friends of the pod.
Friends of the pod
good.
pop up on
And
the
some friends
on
in
the
real
OnlyFans.
life.
It's like, oh, okay.
I didn't even know they had an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
So many
how
people have
amazing.
OnlyFans that, like, you don't realize until you're on there and you see it.
Yeah, there's over 1 million people on there now, I think.
Wow. Okay, well, amazing. Well, thank you so much for being
Thank you so
here.
much for coming.
Thanks to everyone for listening. You can follow us on Instagram at sloppypod. Send us an email at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com, or call in with your fuck talk story to 213-536-9180.
You can follow us on Instagram at Big Dipper Jelly and Spiciest Meatball, or on Twitter at Fat Drag Meatball. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't ever miss an episode, which now come out every Tuesday and Friday.
Okay, say goodbye.
Good.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Doodle-a-doot-doot forever, dog. To listen to Sloppy Seconds ad-free and one day early, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcast.com/plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball. Music, editing, and sound design by William Pitts.
Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Joe Cilio, Brett Boehm, and Alex Ramsey.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.